The Suicide Squad prequel comic, Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum, just dropped their 4th issue and it gives us a closer look at Captain Boomerang as well as some other classic Batman villains. So these comics being canon or not is all up to you. Me personally, I do not find them canon, but these stories are just kind of interesting to look at, I guess, so let's get started. So the story starts off with Captain Boomerang talking to a lady who is interviewing him. However, this is when Captain Boomerang is in his old age. The lady wants to talk to him about the Arkham Riot, in which Captain Boomerang asks her which one since there was a bunch of Arkham Riots. He was joking though and knows which one she's talking about. He brings up how someone or something shut down the security system which let everyone roam free inside the asylum. He described it as madness. It then cuts to the asylum riot, in which Captain Boomerang was mentioning there were no superheroes in sight to stop them during it all. He remembered how a lot of people figured the smart way of escaping though was to work as a team and find a way out together, but mentions that he was never much of a team player. In the game, Boomerang mentions how the rogues cut him off after he started killing, which the rogues aren't supposed to do.
Hey, Boomer, weren't you and that rapidly aging boy band of bad guys supposed to take down Flash together?
Inside voices. The other rogues can never know.
It was your big moment.
Yeah, well... You see, the rogues all kinda sorta had a no-killing code. Except me. But I wanted to fit in.
And you hadn't killed him with your new better friends.
Right. And if you don't want the top or Mirror Master up your asses about this, you'll keep your mouth shut. Shark!
So this is kind of consistent for what it's worth, I guess. A bunch of Arkham guards stop Captain Boomerang at gunpoint, in which Boomerang then gives them a speech about how a specialist like him, with the right amount of suicidal moxie, can be deadly, in which he then throws his boomerangs at them, taking them all out. He's then stopped by the Mad Hatter and a gang of people following him, which include Crazy Quilt, Hypnotic, and Spellbinder. So Hypnotic is a minor Batman villain that can mind control people. Spellbinder is also a minor Batman villain who also has hypnotic weapons, and Crazy Quilt uses his flashing colors to disorient people. So a gang of mind controlling freaks right here, so to speak. Mad Hatter tells him that Boomerang's a part of their team now since he can help them survive with his skill set and help them get out since they need muscle. They kind of introduce each other here and talk to each other with Mad Hatter talking in his classic rhymes. He introduces the rest of the team as well. Boomerang then rejects his offer though, telling him he's more of a solo act. Mad Hatter then offers him money if he joins, realizing that he is a mercenary and he doesn't do anything for simply free. So they offer him money, diamonds, and precious gems in exchange for him working with them since he can be the muscle. Captain Boomerang then questions how these guys got all these treasures in a prison riot. He didn't realize they were using their hypnotic abilities right here, but he believes it and tells them he's in since he's an idiot. It then cuts to Amanda Waller, who talks about what she is seeing since she is spying on all of these people. She mentions how she's noticing a pattern with the team-ups. She's seen Slade, Deadshot, and Great White Shark work together, Harley, the Ventriloquist, and Scarecrow together, roots like Croc, King Shark, and Grundy, and now these hypnotizers. Rick Flag then mentions to her that there doesn't seem to be a problem since this entire thing is trying to put a team together, but Waller tells them they need variety for what they need the team for, different strengths and different powers. This is really weird because this is so out of line to recruit 4 people to fight against the Metropolis threat since I'm assuming that this is what it's all for, right? It just makes no sense to me, but whatever, I guess. Waller's plan to make a team goes this far to break them all out of Arkham killing innocent people. Sure, I guess. She then creates a scheme for Captain Boomerang and the others. It then cuts to Boomerang, clearing a path for his crew, in which Condiment King then finds out and just randomly decides to follow them. They then ask who he is and don't remember inviting him to tag along, with him mentioning that he thought they were his best chance to survive. Boomerang then mentions to the interview woman that he couldn't be more wrong as they walked into a death trap. Boomerang and the gang realize they're in a huge room with the blast door now closed. Amanda Waller then pops up on the monitor, who tells them that she's pretty much got to them at this moment and controls everything in that room. She basically tells them to show their worthiness to her and to fight to the death, with one of them emerging free of that place. Boomerang and Condiment King turn around to see the hypnotic people start approaching them as they're all firing off their abilities. Boomerang mentions how mind control is more than having your brain simply invaded, but it's also manipulating you to see and do things you wouldn't expect, making it worse. And when 4 people are trying to get into your mind, it's a whole different level of crazy as it shows him and Condiment King in some trippy area. Boomerang then sees an imaginary Flash beating him up. He says how he knew it wasn't the real Flash, but still attacked him anyway to blow off some steam, since it was the Flash that locked him into Arkham Asylum. He didn't resist fighting it, as it then shows him in the real world, standing over Conman King's lifeless body, as it looks like he killed him. This is dumb. I hate how they kill off characters in these comics, especially Conman King, because I actually think he's cool. It's why I don't consider these comics canon, but you know, teach your own. However, Boomerang mentions that even though the mind controlling was hard for him, it was harder on others, basically, as it shows Hypnotic's head blowing up. He then goes on to say that he doesn't remember who killed who, since everything was kind of a blur to him, as he just fought whatever he saw, and when he came back to reality in the end, he was the last man standing. He then mentions how he walked out of Arkham scot-free and never looked back. The lady then asks him if life's been good since then, and he pretty much tells her that it's been very good. But then it shows Boomerang on the ground, still in some kind of hallucination. As the interview is closing, Boomerang realizes something and then chucks a boomerang right through the lady's head. It turned out to be an illusion created by Mad Hatter, with Boomerang ending up killing Hatter with the boomerang. Hatter then asks him how he managed to realize it was an illusion. Captain Boomerang tells him that he realized it was fake because those memories in that future could never be him. He goes on to say that there's no way he would ever live until 2064. Even though I don't consider this comic canon, I kind of like this little bit here, with Captain Boomerang realizing that he might not be able to live up to that point. It's just, I kind of like character moments like this. He then manages to escape Arkham, as he then mentions to himself he might not even live to next year. Rick Flag tells Waller that he thought she wanted to hypno, with her responding saying she'd rather have a killer or survivor, more, which means Boomerang is in. She tells Flag to prepare the helicopter for Gotham City, as they're close now for everything coming together. Okay, so my opinion on this comic is that I actually think it's entertaining by itself. It has some interesting moments for Boomerang, like how he thinks he doesn't deserve a future like the one he saw, and how he expects to die at any time. But the comic, to me, like the rest of the series, is not canon like like all the other comics. I hate how they kill off characters. Like, this is just so dumb to me. Yes, these are characters that we never really see or care about often, but still, it's just weird to do it like this, right? They've killed off a lot of characters in these 4 issues, like Zaz, Great White Shark, Mad Hatter, Conman King. Come on, Conman King, I like that. He was cool. I don't like it. And I'm not the only one who thinks this is not canon. I can tell other people feel the same way. But as its own continuity, like its own self-contained story, I find these issues to be entertaining. It's just dumb fun. It was just cool to see some of these characters, like Conman King in particular, for the 2 seconds we saw him. We'll see how the series concludes though, since the comic comes to an end next month at the time of this video. And we'll go from there. But let me know if you want me to cover the last issue. But yes, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and tell me what you think of this comic. I'm actually kind of curious. Be sure to like, share, sub, all that would be awesome. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and peace.